Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, Govinda, Hare Murari, Hare Ram, Narayana Vasudeva. Hare Krishna, Govinda, Hare Murari, Hare Nath, Narayana Vasudeva. Hare Krishna, Govinda, Hare Murari, Hare Nath, Narayana Vasudeva. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Panchatatvajaya, 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 Jaya Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda, Shri Radhe. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo, Gora Haribo, Nitai Gora Haribo, Haribol, Haribol, Nitai Gora Haribol, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Yagi ki, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari 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 Om. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Garanga. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you for dialing in. Today is the third Friday of the month, and every third Friday of the month we get together to sing Vaishnava bhajans. Today also is a very, very auspicious day. It is, you would know, Parashva Ekadashi. So it's an Ekadashi day today. It's also appearance of Vamanadev, Vamanadev, incarnation of the Lord. Some people are celebrating Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's appearance today and tomorrow. It's also appearance of Srila Jiva Goswami. So a very, very auspicious day for all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. Because as much as it is important to worship the Lord directly, it is also important to remember and honor the devotees of the Lord who come by their own example to teach us how to become good devotees. So devotees, pure devotees, senior devotees of the Lord are as important as the Lord himself. So we celebrate these special important days in their honor. So today is one such day. Very delighted to have you together, and I'm sure more people will join in. So what we will do to begin with is get into a little bit of glorification for Lord Vamanadev, as it is Lord Vamanadev's appearance day. We could start with Dashavatar Sotra, which Sumedha is with us. He's going to sing it, and we can all join in. Sumedha, are you ready?
Yeah, just 1 second, I guess.
Okay, no problem.
I'll just check with him.
Yeah, and we can bring the bhajan on the screen, Prabhu, and then we can read the verses before we go
Sure.
Singing of the bhajan. So Lord Vamanadev, we all know, is a dwarf incarnation. So beautiful, wonderful story of how Vamanadev interacts with his devotee Bali Maharaj, tests him, and then ultimately rewards him for passing the test that the Lord put him through. So we'll have some glorification of Bali Maharaj and Lord Vamanadev a little later, but for now we'll just get into the bhajan that glorifies Vamanadev and the other incarnations of the Lord. Shall we do the translation first? Hare Krishna. Haribol.
Sorry.
The translation, Prabhuji. Okay, so we can have a volunteer. It's got, how many verses we've got in here?
Should be 9 or 10.
Okay, so perhaps we can split it, and some of us can take turns to read the translation, starting from the first one.
12.
Okay, 12 altogether. That's fine. We can take 4 each, so 3 people can read.
Can I start?
Yes, you can start, Prabhu. Please go ahead.
Translation. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a fish, all glories to you. You easily acted as a boat in the form of a giant fish, just to give protection to the Vedas, which had become immersed in the turbulent sea of devastation. Shall I carry on?
Yes, Prabhu, 4 each.
Okay. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a tortoise, all glories to you. In this incarnation as a divine tortoise, that great Mandara mountain rests upon your gigantic back as a pivot for churning the ocean of milk. From holding up the huge mountain, a large scar-like depression is put in your back, which has become most glorious. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a boar, all glories to you. The earth, which had become submerged in the Garbhodaka ocean at the bottom of the universe, sits fixed upon the tip of your tusk like a spot upon the moon. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of man, of lion, all glories to you. Just as one can easily crush a wasp between one's fingernails, so in the same way, the body of the wasp-like demon Hiranyakashipu has been ripped apart by the wonderful pointed nails on your beautiful lotus hands.
Thank you, Prabhu. We can have someone else to read. Anil Prabhu, would you like to read 5, 6, 7, 8?
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you.
O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a dwarf Brahmana, all glories to you, O wonderful dwarf. By your massive steps, you deceive King Bali, and by the Ganges water that has emanated from the nails of your lotus feet, you deliver all living beings within this world. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of Bhrugupati, Parashurama, all glories to you. At Kurukshetra, you bathe the earth in the rivers of blood from the bodies of the demoniac Kshatriyas that you have slain. The sins of the world are washed away by you, and because of you, people are relieved room the blazing fire of material existence. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who has assumed the form of Ramachandra, all glories to you. In the battle of Lanka, you destroy the 10-headed demon Ravana and distribute his heads as a delightful offerings to the presiding deities of the 10 directions, headed by Indra. This action was long desired by all of them, who were much harassed by this monster. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of Balarama, the yielder of the plough, all glories to you. On your brilliant white body, you wear garments the color of a fresh blue rain cloud. These garments are colored like the beautiful dark hue of the river Yamuna, who feels great fear due to the striking of your plowshare.
Thank you, Prabhu. Okay. Anybody else? Any volunteers to read the next 4?
Can I try, Prabhu?
Oh, Manjula Mataji, yes, please, 9 to 12. Go ahead.
I'll try to see if I can just see it on the screen. Just 1 second. Okay, Shiva, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of 1 second, Prabhu, you're coming in the picture. I can't see the text. 1 second. 1 second. Just bear with me. Who have assumed the form of,
Buddha.
oh dear, 1 second. I'll just ask Bharat if this can be moved. Bharat, can this be moved? I can't read this photo here. Can this be moved? Prabhu can be seen on where I'm trying to read. Prabhu, there is a slight problem. 1 second.
No problem, Mataji. Are you using a mobile or?
I'm using the mobile, yes.
Yeah, then
Your photograph is coming on the text.
it'll be a bit of a struggle with the mobile.
1 second. No, I won't. I can read the 10th one. That's no, it. No, I can't get your photo is coming on the text.
Can you move the translation down, please? No, other way. Yeah, so then now 9 should be visible.
I mean, I can only read, O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of, I'm presuming it might be the boar, Buddha, I think.
Buddha, yeah.
O Buddha of compassionate heart, you decry the slaughtering of poor animals performed according to the rules of Vedic sacrifice. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of Kalki, all glories to you. You appear like a comet and carry a terrifying sword for bringing about the annihilation of the wicked barbarian men at the end of Kali Yuga. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed these 10 different forms of incarnations, all glories to you. O readers, please hear this hymn of the poet Jayadeva, which is most excellent. An awarder of happiness, a bestower of auspiciousness, and it is the best thing in this dark world. O Lord Krishna, I offer my obeisances unto you, who appear in the form of these 10 incarnations. In the form of Matsya, you rescue the Vedas, and as Karma, you bear the Mandara mountain on your back. As Varaha, you lift the earth with your tusk, and in the form of Narsimha, you tear open the chest of the Daitya Hiranyakashipu. In the form of Vamana, you trick the Daitya king Bali by asking him for only 3 steps of land, and then you take away the whole universe from him by expanding your steps. As Parshuram, you slay all of the wicked Kshatriyas, and as Ramchandra, you conquer the Rakshas king Ravana. In the form of Balram, you carry a plough with which you subdue the wicked and draw towards you the river Yamuna. As Lord Buddha, you have compassion towards all the living beings suffering in this world, and at the end of Kali Yuga, you appear as Kalki to bewilder the, is it Michas? Degraded low-class men.
Malechas. Thank you.
Malay.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Wonderful.
Thank you
So
so much.
we made it. Yeah. So today, as I mentioned earlier, we're celebrating Vamana Dev's appearance day, and this bhajan is describing the various pastimes of the different incarnations of the Lord, including Lord Vamanadev in the 5th and in the 12th verse. So, having read the translation, we'll try and sing, and we have Sumedha to lead us into the bhajan. Over to you, Sumedha.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you very much. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashta Bhutle Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namina Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachadine Nirvishesh Shuni Paschat Deshtarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shadvaita Gadada Shvasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. पयोधि जले धृतवानसि वेदम् विहितवहित्रचरित्रमखेदम् केशवधृता मीनशरीर जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे क्षितिर्ह विपुलतरे तिष्ठति तव पृष्ठे धरणि धरन किन चक्रधरिष्टे केशवधृता कूर्म शरीर जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता कूर्म शरीर जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे वसति दशन शिखरे धरणी तव लग्ना शशिनि कलंक कलेवने मग्ना केशवधृता शूकर रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता शूकर रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तव कर कमल वरेण कामद्भुत शृंगा दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे चलयसि विक्रमणे भलिमद्भुत वामना पदनकनीरजनित जन पावना केशवधृता वामन रूपा जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। केशवधृत वामन रूप, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। क्षत्रिय रुधिरमये जगदपघत पापम्, स्नपयसि पयसि समित भवतापम्। केशवधृत भृगुपति रूप, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। केशवधृत भृगुपति रूप, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। वितरसि दिक्षुरने दिक्पति कमनीयम्, दशमुखमौलिफलिं रमणीयम्। केशवधृत राम शरीरा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। ओ केशवधृत राम शरीरा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। वहसि वपुसि विशदे वसनं जलधाभम्, हलहति भीतिमिलितयमुनाभम्। केशवधृत हलधर रूप, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। केशवधृत हलधर रूप, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। निन्दसि यज्ञविधेरहः श्रुतिजातम्, सदहृदयधर्षितपशुघातम्। केशवधृत बुद्ध शरीरा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। केशवधृत बुद्ध शरीरा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। म्लेच्छनि वहनि धने कलयसि करवालम्, धूमकेतुमिव किमपि करालम्। केशवधृत कल्कि शरीरा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। केशवधृत कल्कि शरीरा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। श्री जयदेव कवेरिदमुदितमुदारम्, शृणु सुखदं शुभदं भवसारम्। केशवधृत दशविधरूप, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। केशवधृत दशविधरूप, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। धानुद्धरते जगन्ति वह घोलमुक्तिप्रते दैत्यं धारयते बलिं चलयते क्षयं कुर्वते औलस्यं जयते हलं कलयते कारुण्यमातान्वते क्लेचान्मूर्छयते धशन्ति कृतते कृष्णाय तुभ्यं नमः क्लेचान्मूर्छयते दशकृति कृते कृष्णाय तुभ्यं नमः श्री दशावतार स्तोत्रम की जय। श्री जयदेव पंडित की जय। Hare Krishna. Madhu Kumar Prabhu, you're muted.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for that wonderful rendition, Sumedha. Please, wherever you are, just give a round of applause to Sumedha. He's a brilliant student, currently studying for his A level, and has taken time out to be with us and sung the Dashavatar very beautifully. So please bless him and do a round of applause for wherever you are. So this Dashavatar is obviously detailing the pastimes and the incarnation of the 10 appearances of the Lord and can be sung for any festival. So like today on the appearance of Amal Dev. I've got the ISKCON Manchester calendar with me, and it says for September it's a month to focus on family affairs and the instruction or the challenges to come together spiritually. So I'll just quickly read from there. It says, Krishna conscious family members should read and discuss scriptures together, have regular kirtans together, share prasadam, serve the deities in their home and the local temple, and pray for sincere and steady connection to Lord Krishna and each other. So that's the challenge. If you're not already doing that, please come together and do these bits more often. Like today, where 12, 13 of us are together and singing the glories of the Lord by the means of bhajan. So thank you, everyone, for being with us so far. We're nearly halfway through. What we do now is just have a little more glorification of Lord Vamanadev. Do we have Bhakti to read a little bit?
Yes, Prabhu. Just 1 second.
Sure.
Okay, Bhakti is here. Bring up the screen. Yes.
Okay, so Bhakti Devi is making an appearance on Bhajan Sandhya today.
Very well.
Please encourage her and obviously as elders bless so that she can make a nice attempt. Bhakti Devi, you ready?
Yes. Vamandev, Krishna's dwarf incarnation. Vedic history tells us of an incident many hundreds of thousands of years ago, during a period of conflict between the Devas and the Danavas, universal governing forces and anti-government atheists. When the Danavas came into power, sending the legitimate royal families into hiding, the Devas prayed to Lord Vishnu, the maintainer of the universe, to help regain their rightful properties and administrative posts. Then the Lord then appeared as a dwarf, the extraordinarily beautiful miniature child Brahmana, Vamanadev. In this disguise, the all-powerful Supreme Personality of Godhead approached Bali Maharaj, king of the Danavas. Bali could understand that Vamanadev was a higher being from his uncommon attractiveness and effulgence. The king was prepared to grant him anything he asked for. On the pretense of begging, Vamanadev asked Bali for a seemingly insignificant piece of real estate, 3 paces of land, to which Bali agreed despite protests from his guru. Vamandev then assumed a gigantic form that covered the universe. With his first step, he reached to the heavenly planets, and with a second, he reached the limit of the universe. It appeared that Bali was unable to fulfill his promise, since he had promised Ramadev 3 steps. So he humbly asked the Lord to place his remaining step on his head.
That's it, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Haribol, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Bhakti Devi, for that narration of the appearance of Lord Vamanadev. Wonderful. So we'll now get into the next bhajan for tonight, and it's titled Prabhu Tava Pada Yuge, prayers at the lotus feet of the Lord. And to sing that, we have Moshmi Mataji with us. Moshmi Mataji, are you?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
I can't play start video, but I don't know why it's not.
You should be able to do that now.
All right. Okay.
So, Prabhu, if you can bring the screen up, Prabhu Tava Pada Yuge.
Which one?
Prabhu Tava Pada Yuge. I'll just send the link to you now.
Please.
In fact, I'll send it to everyone. So Mataji is from the Bengal region of India. She's a trained dancer and also sings very nicely. She was with us last month as well. So she's going to make an attempt to sing this bhajan for us. It's composed by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And here we are. So we'll do the translation first. I'll read the first few. It's a short bhajan and a short, small translation. My Lord, I submit the following prayer at your lotus feet. I do not pray to you for physical leisure, for learning, wealth, or followers. I do not pray for heaven or salvation. I do not pray for any of these opulences. In whatever birth I take, wherever my karma leads me, let me sing the glories of your holy name, birth after birth. This alone is my cherished hope, my aspiration, my prayer at your lotus feet. Let causeless and uninterrupted devotion awaken within my heart and flow towards you. Let me love your lotus feet as much as I now love sense gratification. Transfer my affection from the objects of the senses to your lotus feet. In danger or success, good fortune or disaster, let me remain in equipoise, and let my affection for you increase day by day by the influence of the holy name. Whether I live as a bird or a beast, in heaven or in hell, let the humble Bhakti Vinod always cherish Bhakti in his heart of hearts. Hare Krishna. Over to you, Mataji. Can you?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, all Prabhus and Matajis. Hare Krishna. Prabhu tab pad juge moroni bedana. Prabhu tab pad juge moroni bedana. Nahi magi deho sho vidadhana jana. Nahi magi deho sho বিদ্যাধন জন প্রভু তব পদ যুগে মোর নিবেদন প্রভু তব পদ যুগে মোর নিবেদন নাহি মাগি স্বর্গ মোক্ষ নাহি মাগি নাহি মাগি স্বর্গ মোক্ষ নাহি মাগি না করি প্রার্থনা কোনো বিপতির লাগি না করি প্রার্থনা কোনো বিপতির লাগি প্রভু তব পদ যুগে মোর নিবেদন প্রভু তব পদ যুগে মোর নিবেদন নিজ নিজ কর্ম গুণ দোষে যে যে জন্ম পায় নিজ কর্ম গুণ দোষে যে যে জন্ম পায় জন্মে জন্মে যেন তব নাম গুণ গায় জন্মে জন্মে যেন তব নাম গুণ গায় প্রভু তব পদ যুগে মোর নিবেদন প্রভু তব পদ যুগে মোর নিবেদন এই মাত্র আশা মম তোমার চরণে এই মাত্র আশা মম তোমার চরণে ওহিতু কি ভক্তি হৃদে জাগে অনুক্ষণে ওহিতু কি ভক্তি হৃদে জাগে অনুক্ষণে প্রভু তব পদ যুগে মোর নিবেদন প্রভু তব পদ যুগে মোর নিবেদন বিষয়ে যে প্রীতি এবে আছো আমার বিষয়ে যে প্রীতি এবে আছো আমার সেই মত প্রীতি হোক চরণে তোমার সেই মত প্রীতি হোক চরণে তোমার প্রভু তব পদ যুগে মোর নিবেদন প্রভু তব পদ যুগে মোর নিবেদন বিপদে সম্পদে তাহা থাকুক সমভাবে বিপদে সম্পদে তাহা থাকুক সমভাবে দিনে দিনে বৃদ্ধি হোক নামেরই প্রভাবে দিনে দিনে বৃদ্ধি পক্ষী হয়ে থাকি স্বর্গে বাণী রয়ে পশু পক্ষী হয়ে থাকি স্বর্গে বাণী রয়ে তব ভক্তির ভক্তি বিনোদ হৃদয়ে তব ভক্তি রহ ভক্তি বিনোদ হৃদয়ে প্রভু তব পদ যুগে মোর নিবেদন প্রভু তব পদ যুগে মোর নিবেদন নাহি মাগি দেহ সুখ নাহি মাগি দেহ সুখ বিদ্যা ধন জন প্রভু তব পদ যুগে মোর নিবেদন প্রভু তব পদ যুগে মোর নিবেদন জয় কৃষ্ণ চন্দ্র জয় কৃষ্ণ চন্দ্র কৃষ্ণ চন্দ্র জয় কৃষ্ণ চন্দ্র জয় কৃষ্ণ চন্দ্র জয় কৃষ্ণ চন্দ্র কৃষ্ণ চন্দ্র জয় কৃষ্ণ চন্দ্র জয় রাধে 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 নিতাই গৌর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল নিতাই গৌর হরি বল নিতাই গৌর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল নিতাই গৌর হরি বল জয় রাধা মাধব রাধে জয় গোপীনাথ জয় গোপীনাথ গোপীনাথ জয় গোপীনাথ জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় গুরুদেব জয় গুরুদেব গুরুদেব জয় গুরুদেব Hare Krishna Prabhu Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. It might not be very evident, but I must share that Mataji is a little bit under the weather, including myself and a few others here. But Mataji's braved temperature and ill health to be present for tonight's Bhajan Sandhya. We're not letting the weather dampen our spirits to be with the devotees and do some glorification of the Lord. So thank you, Mataji, for that additional extra special effort. It was very nice.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thanks.
The bhajan by itself is so nice, and there are such amazing messages that Bhaktivinoda Thakur, by his own example, is trying to convey. We all know Bhaktivinoda Thakur was a very, very established, well-respected member of the society in his time. He was a magistrate, and he was so skilled in his job that he could do a full day's work in a matter of hours and then go back home and simply chant the holy name and recite and write bhajans like these and compose books and preach. And there are some wonderful points to note here. In his position, he wasn't asking for, what's next, my Lord? I've got all these riches and wealth and power and prestige. What more can I get? What's the next step? That's not what he was asking for. He's clearly saying, I don't want physical leisure or learning or wealth or followers. I don't even pray for heaven or salvation. All I want is wherever you put me, allow me to chant your names. That is the heart of a pure devotee. When we get to that level, all our desires fall by the wayside. There is absolutely no desire, not even for salvation or to be with Krishna in Golok, Vrindavan, or wherever. A pure devotee only and only desires to be in service of the Lord, irrespective of his external condition. And that's what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying here. And service, engagement in service is understood by Srimad Bhagavatam as the only thing that will give us permanent happiness. There's a beautiful verse from Srimad Bhagavatam that I recall. Savya pumsam parodharmo yato bhakti radokshache ahetu ki aparati hata yayatma suprasidati. Every living being's occupation is to engage in service. Savaya pumsam parodharmo. The topmost duty of every individual is to engage in service to the Lord. Yayatma suprasidati. Only then we will be truly satisfied. And how should we discharge the service? Ahituki aparatiyata. Causeless, uninterrupted, without any motivation and uninterrupted. That's the way to do it. And only when we do this can we truly permanently be satisfied. And this is what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is asking from the Lord. Not more wealth, more riches, or a secure comfort place in Vaikuntha, out of the miseries of this world. His desire is very plain and simple. Just let me be in service wherever you want to keep me. And that's the heart of a pure devotee. He says here, let in danger or success, good fortune or disaster, let me remain in equipoise, and let my affection for you increase day by day by the influence of the holy name. Krishna gives Arjuna a wonderful instruction in the second chapter. Matra sparshashtu konteya shitoshna shuka dukkha dagam paino nityam tam tutikshu bharata. Krishna is saying, happiness and distress are like winter and summer season. They come and go. We need to learn to tolerate and remain equipoise in whatever our condition is, as long as we are able to engage in service to the Lord. Because that is the only thing that will make us fully, permanently satisfied. Nothing else. No matter, no hankering of, no accumulation of wealth and opulences will make us happy. Only and only ahetuki aparatihata. Uninterrupted, unmotivated service to the Lord. Yatma suprasidati. Hare Krishna. Gauranath, do you want to add anything more onto that, or I've got...
No, that's absolutely fine, Prabhu. Thank you. That was a very, very beautiful singing by Mataji. Very melodious. I was just focusing on the lotus feet of Gaura Chandra just by hearing Mataji very nicely. Very blissful indeed. Very blissful.
Wonderful. Thank you. So we'll now try and conclude today's session by going into the last bhajan of the evening. It's a short bhajan, and I'll have to ask for your forgiveness if it doesn't come out very nicely. I've not taken a lot of time to prepare, so we'll see how it goes. We'll read the translation first. So let me share that, my motivation to sing this was from one of the Bhagavatam sessions Gauranath Prabhu conducts for us every Wednesday, and we discussed this once. And then when this bhajan was referred to, I went back and looked it up and thought that it was quite nice and a very sweet, condensed poetic rendition. So I decided to bring it to the Sandhya tonight. Let's see how it turns out. Any volunteers to read the translation? There are only four.
I will do, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please go ahead.
Lord Gaur Sundara sings in a very sweet voice. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Whether you are a householder or a sannyasi, constantly chant Hari Hari. Do not forget this chanting, whether you are in a happy condition or a distressful one. Just fill your lips with the Harinama. You are bound up in the network of the Maya and are forced to toil fruitlessly. Now you have obtained full consciousness in the human form of life, so chant the names of Radha Madhava. Your life may end at any moment, and you have not served the Lord of the senses, Rishikesha. Take this advice of Bhaktivinoda Thakur just once. Relish the nectar of the holy name. Thank you, Prabhuji. It's my favorite bhajan too.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I hope I do justice to your favorite bhajan, but forgive me if it doesn't come out very nicely. Let's give it a go. Hare Krishna. So Radhamohan Prabhu, I'll bring you back to Manchester with my croaking. Radhamohan Prabhu just posted a message in appreciation of Moshri Mataji's wonderful singing. He says he felt like he went to Nadia all the way to Mayapur, listening to the bhajan. My screen's left aligned a bit. 1 second. Gaye Gura Madhur Sware Gaye Gura Madhur Sware Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Gaye Gura Madhur Sware Gaye Gura Madhur Sware Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gaye Gura Madhur Sware Gaye Gura Madhur Sware Thako bane thako sada hari bole thako rihe thako bane thako sada hari bole thako rihe thako bane thako sada hari bole thako Sukhe dukhe bhulo nako adane harinam koro re Sukhe dukhe bhulo nako adane harinam koro re Gaye Gura Madhur Sware Gaye Gura Madhur Sware Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gaye Gura Madhur Sware Gaye Gura Madhur Sware Maya jale badha hoye acho mije rajaloye Maya hoye acho meche kajaloe maya jale bada hoye acho meche kajaloe ekona chetana pe radha madhava naam bolo re ekona chetana pe radha madhava naam bolo re gaye madhusware gaye madhusware Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jai Gura Madhusware, Jai Gura Madhusware. Divana hoilo se na bhajile Rishikesh. Divana hoilo se na bhajile Rishikesh. Divana hoilo se na bhajile Rishikesh. Bhagati Vinoda Pade Jigmana Rashimandore. Bhagati Vinoda Pade Jigmana Rashimandore. Gaye Gura Madhusware, Gaye Gura Madhusware. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Gaye Gura Madhusware, Gaye Gura Madhusware. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for putting up with that so rendition. Again, the translation is very simple. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who's none other than Krishna himself, he is by an own example demonstrating how to be a perfect devotee, and simply by constant chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. And he's saying, no matter what your position is, how you're placed in the society, whether you're a householder or a sannyasi or a brahmachari or whatever your position is, simply chant. Do not forget to chant. Whatever your condition is, happy or distressful, simply chant. And acharyas tell us, if we achieve the state of being able to constantly chant the names of the Lord, then our external environment does not impact us. We are able to remain in an equipoised position without being affected by the so-called external happiness, distress, winter, cold, etc., summer, etc. So a chanter of the holy name, someone who can perfect the art of constant remembrance of the holy name, can achieve a state of being equipoised. Last Sunday, in the class at the temple, we were discussing Radharani's Parents' Day. And I remember there was a question asked as to how is it that we can constantly be engaged or constantly remember Krishna. Someone asked that question. You remember, Gauranga Prabhu?
Yes. That was the only one question asked anyway.
That's right. Yeah, and obviously there wasn't much time, but I wanted to share that point that the way to, if we really want to constantly remember Krishna, the simplest way is to engage in an active service for Krishna and his devotees. Because if we take an active service, automatically we are meditating on how to improve our own standard of discharging that service in trying to please the devotees, the Guru, the Acharyas, and Krishna himself. And then when we are constantly thinking of discharging the service in a more better, higher standard, then we don't have to worry, because forget about us thinking of the Lord is thinking about us. That is a better position to be in. There is a small story, which we wouldn't go into details, when someone asked Lord Ram as to who was his greatest devotee. There was a competition. And there was a list of names drawn of devotees, and eventually it turned out that apart from a list of all devotees who meditate on the Lord, there is a separate list of devotees whom the Lord meditates upon. And those are such devotees who are constantly engaged in serving selflessly the mission, serving the senior devotees in the activities of the mission, helping Prabhupada, helping the Acharya, and thereby constantly being able to meditate on the holy names. So thank you very much for being with us tonight. We do this engagement every once a month, every third Friday of the month. Today was such a day, a very auspicious day for the number of holy occasions that fell. And over to you, Gurunat Rajbu, for some announcements and closing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much. That was simply amazing. This evening was fantastic. We started with Dashavatara Stotra by Jayada Goswami, as it is the appearance of Lord Vamandev. Of course, it is also appearance of Jayada Goswami. And then Moshami Mataji did a wonderful bhajan by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, another bhajan by yourself. The meaning, actually, I was touched again just by reading that meaning, the essence of that song, Goy Gora. Was that? Goy Gora Madrasware. So we really don't know how long we're going to live, and we make so many plans, so many plans after plans. But here Bhaktivinoda Thakur advises that wherever you are, whether you are a householder, whether you are a sannyasi, whichever ashram you are in, whether you are a brahmachari, gruhastha, vanaprastha, sannyasi, simply chant the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You don't know how long you're going to live. So Prabhupada said many times that these bhajans of Acharyas is the summary of all the Vedas. Narottam Das Thakur also had written several bhajans. And Prabhupada said that actually, they've digested this entire Vedic summary and put this in the nutshell in these bhajans. So thank you so much. I've thoroughly enjoyed this evening. Thank you so much, Madhav Kumar Prabhu, Moshmi Mataji, and of course, Sumedh. Thank you for that. A couple of quick announcements from my side. Tomorrow, of course, is the appearance of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So there is no fasting tomorrow. We fasted for Bhaktivinoda Thakur for tomorrow. Today, half a day fasting was observed. And on Sunday, it is the disappearance of Srila Haridas Thakur. It is Ananta Chaturdashi. I know that some devotees in India, they chant 192 rounds. I know one group, and they simply sit at home and chant 192 rounds on this day. but we don't know. Let's see how many rounds we can chant on Sunday. We have a special guest. Is the Mukta Vandya Prabhu, is Grace Mukta Vandya Prabhu from Boston. He's currently living in Manchester, and he visited us on Radhashtami, and he had agreed to give class on Sunday. He's a Prabhupada disciple, so please do come and take part in it. And of course, on Monday, we have Bhadra Purnima. So with that, I will hand over back to you, Madhav Kumar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Just a quick couple of minutes to emphasize the upcoming occasion of Bhadra Purnima. The scriptures, Bhagavatam 12th canto, tell us that on the Bhadra Purnima, the full moon day in the month of Bhadra, obviously around the year, but especially around this time, if you engage in distributing the Shastra, especially Srimad Bhagavatam, then you become eligible to be with the Lord in his holy dham. So please try and find one friend or a family member who you think could benefit. We have some amazing offers going on. We're trying to push the distribution of Bhagavatam as much as possible. So if you know of anyone who you think might appreciate, please get in touch and we can organize the delivery of Srimad Bhagavatam. For those of you who already have a set, we have nearly 70 members of the congregation who already have Srimad Bhagavatam set in and around Manchester. So for those of you, the injunction is to offer some prayers for the Srimad Bhagavatam. Take one book out, like the first canto or something, and offer some prayers, and perhaps do some extra reading of Srimad Bhagavatam on the 20th of this month, the Bhadra Purnima month. It is also the anniversary of the acceptance of sannyas by Srila Prabhupada, so, and the third month of Chaturmas begins. So it's a very auspicious day. I've personally taken a day off, so hopefully I get to do some extra reading on that day. And I'll be waiting with the phone in my hand for your Bhagavatam orders. Please keep them coming. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. That's it, Prabhu. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Vaman Dev Appearance Day ki jai. Shri Jiva Goswami ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Hari Hari Bo.